busy right now, that's exactly when you need this system. Being busy can be one of the most dangerous phases of your business. Let me tell you something that most business owners don't want to hear. If your business is busy right now, the phones are ringing, if the jobs are booked out 1, 2, 3, 6 months, your crews are moving, it's like a well-oiled machine, you're actually standing in one of the most dangerous phases of your business. And it's not because things are bad, but rather because this is when business owners stop protecting and insulating themselves. And almost nobody sees the problem until it's already hurting them and it's already too late. In this video, it's not just about getting more leads tomorrow. It's about avoiding the moment that blindsides most local service businesses. And that moment when the calendar goes from, you were busy and suddenly it opens up. The phones get quiet. The crews are starting to ask, what's next? And you realize you don't have control of your demand. You don't have that predictable flow. And that moment doesn't just come out of nowhere. It comes from decisions that were made when things felt fine. Referrals, yes, they feel good. Busy seasons, it feels safe and you feel like that's going to last forever. Momentum, it feels permanent until it isn't. And every home service business experiences the same pattern. 1 month you're slammed, the next month you start to get nervous, and then the next month you're scrambling. And the emotional weight of that is heavier than most business owners actually want to admit. It's not just stress, it's responsibility. You're not worried about yourself, you're worried about the payroll that you have, the equipment payments, reputation, your name, if you're financing jobs. But most business owners are still relying on the systems that only work when luck, hope marketing is on their side, or the relationship marketing. And most marketing advice wasn't built for your world. It was built typically when you hear about systems like this, they're like people who are online businesses, maybe with low overhead, or you don't have a crew or no truck. That doesn't present urgency. And in those businesses, yeah, mistakes are annoying, but in your business, mistakes are expensive. You don't sell curiosity, you sell certainty. Homeowners don't browse contractors that they want to hire when something matters. Generic marketing ignores this, and that's why it fails quietly. The biggest lie that you've been sold is this: just get more leads. More leads doesn't fix instability. It often creates more chaos. You have unqualified calls, ghosted estimates, time wasted, energy drained. And you get all this activity and all this stuff going, but there's no real relief. And volume and just leads for leads' sakes without predictability doesn't create confidence as a business owner. It just creates more noise and more stress that you're already dealing with. And that noise, it makes it harder to see the pieces that are actually not working and that are broken. And the part that most business owners miss is when things are busy, you stop building systems because, you're like, oh, okay, it's busy. You tell yourself, we'll fix marketing later. I need a cash flow to finance these jobs. We'll deal with it in the slow season. We're good right now. This is going to last. But later always shows up faster than you think. And so when that demand drops and people stop calling, decisions start becoming emotional instead of strategic because now you're reacting. And that's when owners start to panic, and then they overspend on hiring the wrong agency just because it's like the first thing, or they chase tactics that they don't necessarily understand. And it's not because they're bad operators or business owners, it's because that pressure, it removes that clarity and you can't see the clear picture. So the question isn't how do I just get more work? The real question is, can I predict my demand? Can I build that brand that has the longevity? Because predictable demand and stability in brand through associations, that creates stable cash flow, confident hiring, better job selection where you get to choose what you want, and much lower stress. Whereas unpredictable demand, now you get that anxiety, that stress. You're now reacting for decisions. You're having like this short-term thinking, and ultimately it leads to burnout. And most businesses don't fail because they're bad. They fail because that demand becomes uncontrollable. You burn out, and it's easier to just be like, yeah. And then, and then what works, he's like, oh, okay. And all these things, these tricks and hacks, it's not the way to go. What works is principles, visibility before urgency, trust before people contact with you, speed before competition, and consistency is the key. And you have to have consistency before scale. That's not flashy, that's protective and insulating yourself. Marketing done correctly doesn't just attract customers, it removes that pressure and builds the longevity in brand. And video is the best way because it works and answers those questions that homeowners are never going to say out loud. Are they legit? Do they understand my problem? What's the quality? Will they show up? Can I trust them? Things like that, and when those questions are answered before any sort of estimate or call, everything changes. That trust is built. People start associating your brand with that trust. That price resistance drops. Conversations get easier. Decisions happen faster. And now you're not competing on price with your competition. You're just competing on certainty. And most businesses out there, they run on that hope marketing. So if you can develop this system where it's predictable, you're already setting yourself apart from everybody else, because hope referrals aren't going to keep coming. Hope Google doesn't stay consistent. Hope nothing slows down. So control, though, means that you know where your leads are coming from. You've built that trust. You know why they convert and how fast you respond based on that flow and the associations. Like, think of McDonald's. You know that it's associated with the Golden Arches. There's that trust that's been built. It removes panic in your prospects. And when panic disappears, business decisions become so much easier. And because of all of this, that's why we built the predictable pipeline engine. Not just to post more or chase trends. There's no guessing, but rather we install a simple, repeatable system that builds trust before you contact with them. It creates that steady demand so that you can pick and choose, and it protects your business before that slowdown hits based on indecision, and even though you may be busy now. It's not complicated. It's not any sort of trendy thing. It's reliable. And yes, we're actually giving away the entire framework for free. There's no hidden pitch or pressure or anything like that, because our goal is, once you see how the predictable demand actually works, there's a couple things that may happen. You're either going to take it, implement it yourself, and win, which is great. And I want you to see that. I want that to happen. Or, we understand you're a business owner and it can be a lot to implement that. So maybe you'll ask for our help putting it in place properly. Either way, you stop guessing and it's a win-win. So if you never work with us, you still walk away with clarity, and that alone is valuable. So the cost of not installing the system is much higher than the cost of the investment that may take to have something installed. Ask yourself, what's the cost of another slow month, another panic decision, or another wasted marketing spend, or sleepless nights wondering what's going to happen next? And half the time, most of the people I talk with, they're busy, and then all of a sudden it comes out of nowhere. So the investment to build a predictability is pennies compared to the cost of reacting to these situations. And most business owners don't regret marketing that was done right. They regret waiting and the pressure that was put on them. So this is for serious business owners who have the crews, the equipment, the overhead, the responsibility. They may be busy right now, but they don't want to have and be blindsided by that. All of a sudden, you're not controlling your demand, and then out of the blue, you don't know what's going to happen because you don't have that predictability to depend on consistent work. So in the description below, there's going to be a link that you can watch a little bit more, book your free call. We'll take a look at what you got going on. We'll send you the framework for free. And if it's something that you want, you can let us know, and we'd be happy to help share some insights. Even if you want to implement it on your own, I'm happy to connect. It's not about being sold or pressured. We are all about connection and finding those win-wins. So we just want to see your business actually be protected and insulated as you grow. Marketing shouldn't feel like gambling, and that's not what we do here. We're confident in our systems. Marketing should feel like insurance as you grow your business. Busy is good, but predictability is so much better. And if you want control instead of hope, and stability instead of just like these swings of like where you know what's happening, you're waiting on things, or you want confidence instead of panic and reactivity, then find the link in the description, take a look. We'll send you the framework, implement it, and I hope you get some value out of that. So make sure you follow, like, subscribe, share this video with a fellow business owner who may need to hear this, and stay tuned. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and I hope you have a blessed day.